Welcome to On Call with Dr. Anselm and Johan. Today we're talking about one of the most joyful and essential parts of childhood, play. Play is far more than entertainment. It is a child's most powerful way of learning about the world. As T. Berry Brazelton and Joshua Sparrow so beautifully noted, play remains a child's most effective tool for testing situations, building engagement, and developing essential life skills. From the earliest weeks of life, play helps shape emotional bonds, social understanding, physical coordination, and cognitive growth. Through play, children explore, communicate, problem solve, and begin to understand themselves and their surroundings. In today's episode, we'll explore how play evolves as children grow, why it matters so deeply for development, and how parents can intentionally nurture play to support their child's healthy growth. So, let's dive in, because when children play, they're doing some of the most important work of childhood.
Dr. Enyoha, when does play actually begin in infants? Many parents think of play as something that happens much later.
Play begins astonishingly early, much earlier than most parents realize. By about 6 to 8 weeks of age, infants are already engaging in what we call social play. When a baby smiles back at you, coos, makes eye contact, or responds to your touch or voice, that's play. These simple interactions are not random. They are the foundation of emotional connection and bonding. As babies grow and their vision improves, usually around 4 months, they begin to interact more intentionally with their environment. They may reach for toys, grasp them, shake them, or bang them on surfaces. To an adult, it may look like noise or chaos. To a baby, it's experimentation. They are learning cause and effect. What happens when I move my hand? What happens when I drop this? Play at this stage doesn't follow rules or instructions. It's creative, spontaneous, and driven by curiosity. Infants don't need fancy toys or structured activities. They need responsive caregivers, safe spaces, and opportunities to explore. The key message for parents is this: play doesn't start later, it starts right away. From the very beginning, babies are eager participants, learning about relationships, their bodies, and the world through playful interaction.
How does play change as babies grow and develop? What differences do parents typically see over the first year?
Play evolves beautifully as babies gain new skills. Around 6 months of age, many infants can sit without support. This is a big moment because sitting frees their hands. Now they can manipulate objects, grabbing toys, banging them together, tossing them, and watching what happens. When a caregiver picks up the toy and hands it back, the baby often laughs with delight. This back and forth is early social play and an important part of learning. By about 9 months, when many babies begin crawling, play expands even further. Mobility opens up their world. Babies start to explore beyond arm's reach, initiate play with siblings or caregivers, and search for objects that are hidden or dropped. Games like peekaboo become favorites, not just because they're fun, but because they teach anticipation, memory, and trust. Each new developmental milestone adds a new layer to play. As motor skills improve and thinking becomes more complex, play becomes more intentional, more interactive, and more imaginative. Through play, babies practice problem solving, build relationships, and experience joy. For parents, it's helpful to remember that play naturally grows alongside development. You don't need to push it. Just provide safe spaces, simple objects, and responsive interaction, and your child will take it from there.
Peekaboo and hide and seek seem so simple, yet children never seem to get tired of them. What makes these games so important for development?
These games may look simple, but they teach some very powerful concepts. One of the most important is object permanence, the understanding that people and objects continue to exist even when they are out of sight. When a caregiver hides their face and then reappears, the infant begins to learn that disappearance is temporary. At first, it's surprising. Then, it becomes predictable. Over time, the child starts to anticipate what will happen next, and that anticipation is a major cognitive skill. It's the foundation for memory, prediction, and problem solving. The emotional piece is just as important. The laughter, smiles, and excitement that follow reinforce social connection and trust. The child learns, "You come back, I am safe, this is fun." That sense of security supports emotional development and strengthens the bond between child and caregiver. As children grow, games like hide and seek build on the same ideas but at a higher level. They combine anticipation, memory, movement, and trust, while also encouraging independence and social interaction. So while peekaboo and hide and seek may seem like just games, they are powerful tools for emotional, social, and cognitive development. For parents, this is a wonderful reminder that play doesn't have to be complicated to be meaningful. The simplest moments often have the biggest impact.
How does play change once children begin walking? What shifts do parents usually notice at this stage?
Walking truly opens new horizons for children. Once they can move independently, their world expands in a dramatic way. They're no longer limited to where they are placed. They can choose where to go, what to explore, and how to interact with their environment. Play becomes more active and more creative. Children begin to manipulate toys in new ways, carry objects from place to place, stack, push, pull, and experiment. Physical play emerges, chasing games, rolling or kicking a ball, climbing, and dancing. These activities help develop coordination, balance, strength, and body awareness. Walking also transforms social play. Mobile children can approach caregivers, siblings, and peers on their own. They initiate shared activities, imitate others, and begin to understand turn-taking and cooperation. Even simple acts like bringing a toy to someone become meaningful social interactions. At the same time, imagination begins to blossom. A child might pretend to talk on a toy phone, push a block as if it were a car, or turn everyday objects into props for play. Walking supports this growth by giving children the freedom to move, explore, and create. In short, once walking begins, play becomes richer, more interactive, and more socially connected, laying the groundwork for learning, relationships, and confidence.
You mentioned that something really dramatic happens around 18 months. What is that, and why does it matter so much?
Around 18 months, something remarkable often happens. Language takes off. Many children now have a vocabulary of about 50 words, and that changes play in a powerful way. With language, children can suddenly express ideas instead of just actions. They can call a caregiver or a playmate, name objects, ask for help, and signal what they want to do next. Play becomes more intentional. Instead of just moving toys around, children begin to communicate during play, inviting others in, protesting when something doesn't go their way, or proudly showing what they've made. This is also when play starts to become more cooperative. Children begin to play with others rather than just alongside them. They learn early social skills like taking turns, tolerating frustration, waiting, and responding to differences in others' preferences. Sharing is still a work in progress, but the lessons have begun. These early play interactions mirror adult life in simple ways. Children start learning cooperation, negotiation, empathy, and problem-solving through everyday play. When a child hands a toy to another, insists on a turn, or imitates an adult role, they're practicing social behaviors they'll use for years to come. At this stage, play is no longer just physical exploration. It becomes social learning. It helps prepare children for future relationships, school settings, and their roles in the wider world. In many ways, playing at 18 months is where personality, communication, and social identity begin to shine.
Why is play so critical for a child's emotional well-being? Beyond learning and movement, What does play do for a child emotionally?
Play is one of the most important tools children have for emotional health. Through play, children express feelings they may not yet have words for: joy, fear, frustration, curiosity, even anger. It gives them a safe and natural way to work through emotions. Play also helps build resilience and self-confidence. When children try something new during play, make mistakes and try again, they learn that challenges can be managed. They experience small successes, recover from small failures, and begin to trust their own abilities. That process is essential for healthy self-esteem. Emotionally, play teaches regulation. Children learn how to calm themselves, take turns, cope with disappointment, and manage excitement. They test boundaries, explore relationships, and learn what is safe and acceptable within a protected, supportive space. Play also fuels creativity and problem solving. A child who imagines, pretends, and experiments during play is practicing flexibility and emotional adaptability, skills they will rely on throughout life. The most important message for parents is this: play is not optional, and it's not a luxury. It is essential for healthy emotional growth. When we protect time and space for play, we are supporting our children's emotional well-being just as surely as when we provide food, sleep, and love.
What roles do parents and caregivers play in supporting play? How active should they be?
Parents and caregivers are best thought of as facilitators of play. Especially in early childhood, they help initiate play, organize it, and gently guide it without controlling it. For younger children, parents often introduce play by getting things started, placing toys within reach, sitting on the floor, or showing a simple game. For older children, parents may help organize playtime, suggest activities, or provide materials that spark creativity. In many families, parents also pass down games they played as children, allowing play to transfer across generations. That shared experience builds connection and continuity. Providing the basics matters: safe spaces, appropriate toys, and time set aside for play. But what matters even more is engagement. When parents play peekaboo, build towers of blocks, pretend with dolls, kick a ball, or read stories, they are doing more than entertaining their child. They are strengthening emotional bonds, reinforcing communication, and showing their child that they are valued. Play is most powerful when it is shared. Children thrive when parents encourage exploration, tolerate a bit of messiness, and allow imagination to lead. Not every moment has to be structured or educational. Sometimes the greatest gift is simply being present, following the child's lead, and celebrating their creativity. In short, parents don't need to be play experts. By making space for play, joining in when invited, and showing joy in their child's imagination, caregivers create an environment where children feel safe, confident, and free to grow.
How does play vary across cultures? Are children's play experiences very different around the world?
What's fascinating is that play looks far more similar across cultures than it looks different. If you observe children closely, no matter where they are in the world, you'll notice striking similarities in how they play. Children run together, hold hands, chase one another, form circles, sing, clap, and move rhythmically. These patterns show up again and again across continents and cultures. The objects used in play are often similar as well. Things that make sounds, roll, bounce, stack, or invite movement. Whether it's a handmade toy or a store-bought one, children are drawn to the same basic features: shape, motion, sound, and cause and effect. These preferences seem to be universal. Differences do exist, but they tend to appear in the finer details: how a game begins, how it ends, or what outcome is expected. The structure, however, the overall gestalt of play, is remarkably consistent. A beautiful example is the Western children's game Ring Around the Rosie, where children hold hands, sing, and move in a circle toward a predictable ending. This closely resembles Akpan Kolo, a traditional children's game among the Igbo people of eastern Nigeria. In both games, children join hands, sing together, move in a circle, and follow a shared sequence from beginning to end. These similarities tell us something profound. Play is deeply human. It transcends language, geography, and culture. Children everywhere use play to connect, belong, learn cooperation, and experience joy. Culture may shape the lyrics, the rhythm, or the meaning attached to the game, but the essence of play remains the same. For parents and caregivers, this is a powerful reminder that play is a universal language. When we support play, we are tapping into something timeless that connects children not only to their families and communities, but to children everywhere.
How does play actually prepare children for adulthood? It may seem far removed from real life, so how do those early play experiences translate later on?
Play is quite literally rehearsal for adulthood. Through play, children learn cooperation, tolerance, and problem-solving in ways that feel natural and safe. When children take turns, negotiate rules, share materials, or resolve small conflicts during play, they are practicing the same skills they'll later use in friendships, families, workplaces, and communities. Imaginative play is especially powerful. When children pretend, they practice symbolic thinking, creativity, and empathy. They learn to see situations from another person's perspective, to imagine outcomes, and to adapt when things don't go as planned. These abilities form the foundation for emotional intelligence and flexible thinking in adult life. The give and take of play mirrors real-world collaboration. Just as adults must listen, compromise, communicate, and work toward shared goals, children learn these skills on the playground, in pretend games, and during group activities. Play teaches that relationships involve cooperation, not just winning. In essence, play allows children to experiment with life in manageable pieces. Mistakes are safe, lessons are immediate, and growth happens organically. When we support play, we help children build the social, emotional, and cognitive tools they will rely on throughout adulthood. So while play may look simple on the surface, its impact is profound. Play is how children practice becoming capable, connected, and resilient adults.
What's your final message to families when it comes to play?
Play is the heartbeat of childhood. From a baby's earliest smiles to the imaginative games of toddlers, play fuels development across emotional, social, cognitive, and physical domains. It is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Through play, children learn who they are, how the world works, and how to connect with others. Parents and caregivers should embrace play, protect time for it, and participate whenever possible. When you join your child in play, you're not just having fun. You're building bonds, nurturing confidence, and supporting lifelong learning. Every giggle, every game, and every moment of imagination is shaping a child's future in powerful ways. Thank you for joining me on Call with Dr. Anselm and Yoha. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with friends and family. And remember, play is not just fun, it is the foundation of learning, connection, and growth. Until next time, stay informed, stay compassionate, and keep playing.